Okay, so we were just rambling on about what we're going to discuss about, and we have a great topic for you listeners today with my Uso and my guest Heinz 57 all the way from Samoa. Everybody make some noise. Let's go. They got like a clap thing here, bro. Like,
What's good? What's good? Yeah. It's funny. This happens all the time where like you do podcast episodes and then you talk to them pre-episode and then like we pretty much recorded
damn,
a whole segment before we even pushed record.
that's crazy. Yeah,
So yeah, no,
yeah. I'm
thank you
sorry
guys
that.
for joining the podcast today though. What's this podcast about or what are we talking about today? What's your channel about? And then what's today's subject about?
Yeah, so welcome back to the Growin Samoan channel.
Yee-hoo.
Parentheses health and wealth, and this podcast today is about why it's a great idea for you to start a YouTube channel 40 years and up. And we were just talking about that before we started the live. And we're here going to talk about why it's a great idea. We have so much to talk about, especially people in our age. But first of all, my norm greetings, talofa, malolele, aloha, yarana, bulavinaka, kiora, mabuhay, afadai, ni hao, konnichiwa, ciao, hola, ayang senyo, merhaba, and any language around the world. If you know how to say hello, type it in the comments. And welcome back to the channel. That's what we're going to talk about today with my boy, Heinz 57. We're back, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Polynesian channel. Yes, yes, and it's a pleasure. I'm here in Tacoma, Washington, and Heinz, you're dialing all the way from tell the
The
audience where you're
685. I'm in the 685
six
in
eight
Samoa.
five.
Yeah,
Yep,
in
six
Apia.
eight five. Apia Samoa. How's the weather out there?
It was hot today. It was hot today, which means it was a good day to do laundry. So, because we don't have a dryer, and so the sun dried my clothes pretty quick today.
Well, if you're 40 and up, you know all about laundry. How
That too.
how
There
you
you go.
used to go to the laundromat back in the day, popping quarters at the arcade next to the laundromat.
So that's what's funny. It's like we were talking before we push record about why, when you're 40, I think it's a good idea to start a YouTube channel just for there's multiple reasons, right? So obviously if you can get monetized, that's one reason, right? But I also feel like there's not enough people that are 40 and older that are making content. We are so used to watching the what do you call it? Big companies, right? The Netflixes, the shows that they make, TV, the
Streaming
channels, streaming.
services,
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah, basically all the big,
major networks.
yeah, all those guys. Everybody that has money, the all the conglomerate stations, and everything. Like we're just so used to watching that type of content. That's what we grew up on, and was just funny because it's I just saw this thing the other day. See, before I, where HBO used to show, HBO used to be hella cheap back in the day in the 80s and 90s, and they used to buy like the cheapest movies, but they would show these movies over and over again on their channel. So like as a kid, for like, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you thought these movies were kind of popular, but then you look back and they really weren't. It was just that HBO bought these movies hella cheap and they just, because they bought them cheap, they just played them over and over on their channel. So
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like, it's like, I don't know if you remember that movie Cloak and Dagger with it was like this kid and then he had this toy and then the toy came to life and it was like this dude. Or Tom
I
Hanks,
think I
like the woman with
remember
yeah,
Cloak and
it's
Dagger,
like
the woman with the
such
red shoes on, all
yes,
those.
that's another one. That's another one
Yeah,
that was
yeah, yeah.
those were like bombs. Like that they did terrible at the movie. Like nobody watched them in the theater, but HBO bought them up and then like they just showed them over and over and over again. So it's so funny because growing up it was like, oh man, I've watched those movies over and over just because I think we had HBO or HBO used to do those. They would give you a weekend for free. So then like you would just have a free weekend of HBO that you got to watch, and then they would just have random programming that you would be able to watch on HBO for the weekend and stuff. And so funny how TV has changed over time.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I
And
feel like,
HBO
yeah,
kind of bounced back.
yeah, especially with Game of
They're doing
Thrones and
pretty
then
good
like
now.
Sopranos. Yeah, but it's so it's funny how now that I feel like everything is moving towards YouTube. YouTube is just like the king of content right now. Outside of, I mean, TikTok is like the king of short form content, but like long form content, I think everything is on YouTube. And so that's why I think it's a good idea for people to start their own YouTube channels. It's just, I just think it's something that, especially for our, our age group and up. And so, because we were talking about grocery stores, we were talking about laundry, like those are literally subjects that, our age group and up are like,
Yeah.
like it's so funny as you get older, you become particular about certain things. So you become particular about the type of food you get. You get particular about how your clothes are washed. You get particular about how whether it's like what car in the car you drive, like everything, the things you watch and stuff. So I just think it's good. I mean, why did you start a YouTube channel? Like,
Um, yeah, I this was back in 2017, 18,
dope.
I believe, when I started the YouTube channel. Well, I was thinking about it in 17. I created my first YouTube channel for our kids. It was called Poly Kids Gaming, and it was just them like playing video games. And then I found information on personal finance and financial literacy, and it started working for me. So I wanted to create a podcast, and I was just thinking about podcasts first on audio, and I think I was using, I forgot the app back then, but I was watching Joe Rogan, listening to like Rogan, and then I just followed the way he did his podcast, which he put it on YouTube. So I created a YouTube channel to put the podcast on there. But I realized later down the road that you can do more on YouTube than just podcasts and, with vlogging and all that stuff. But really recently talking with you, Heinz, I think last year or the beginning of the year, about like stepping up your game, and how as a content creator or just having creativity, you just want to use YouTube just to get out your artistic skills or whatever you have, especially at our age. Like, you can just, we have so much in depth of like a lot that has been going on through our pastime, and now in the future, that we can like put out on YouTube and share to the world, and then like all of our people in
Knowledge.
our age group can relate. Yeah, knowledge, information. Yeah. So basically, I started as like sharing information of finances on the YouTube channel, and now it's growing into everything in general that relates to like our family right now and our lifestyle living, and just having fun. Now it's kind of like I really, my first initial, main priority is to try. It's like an informational channel, educational channel, first of
Yeah.
all. But
Yeah.
now it's more like I'm having fun with it. I'm really having fun with it. I just want to do everything on it now. Like, that relates to like just me, my wife. I created it. I just wanted to be creative and get it out. And that's why this topic is, it hits home, because we love like talking about our creativity. And every time me and you, bro, talk, it's all about like how more and more people should use these outlets, especially YouTube, to
Thousand
get out
percent.
their creativity.
I'm glad that I'm glad you hit me up because you're right. I feel like it's so easy to consume. It's so easy to consume like Instagram and TikTok and Facebook
Yeah,
and all that.
tell me about it.
I think the term is called brain rot. So it's easy to get that
Hmm.
brain rot of just swiping through. There's like these random facts that I've seen. Like, I think somebody said that like like during a single session of scrolling through your social media, like you scroll through the the height of the Eiffel Tower. That's how much people scroll through on their phone. It's like they're just scrolling through. Basically, the amount of things that they scroll through is it amounts to the height of the Eiffel Tower. That's how crazy. That's how crazy we are as I think we're just all addicted to those.
Like as in like actual like measurements. How do they measure that though?
So
That's how,
like I
because that's
think
insane.
yeah, if you scroll one time, then that's like the size of your phone. So then you just if you scroll again, then that's two, and then you scroll again, then that's three, and then you just scroll so many times, it amounts to the height
Yeah.
of the Eiffel Tower in one session, something like that. I mean, I might be wrong. Somebody can check me in the comments, but yeah, that I mean, and that can't be good. So that's why I love like
If you
yeah,
could transition like how we make energy off of wind turbines or water, if we
yeah.
can transition swiping to making energy,
Yeah, if there's an app, if
there's
you can create an app where you can
yeah,
somehow create
app
energy or
energy through
something.
swiping. Oh, dude, we'll have like nuclear power, man. Like 24 hours through the whole world just scrolling through there. But
Exactly.
other than that, like scrolling is like short, like in today's day and age, shorts, like YouTube shorts, reels,
Yeah.
like Facebook reels or
Yep.
Instagram, but
Real.
a long form is like, I'm gonna sit here and watch this for like over 10 minutes, and
Hey,
not swipe and
if people got this far, that means they watched over 10 minutes or that maybe they skipped ahead. But
yeah.
damn, thank you for
But unless they're
sticking with us this
listening to
long.
in the car,
Well,
if
that
you're
too.
in the
Yeah.
car
True.
and you got nowhere to go and you want to listen to the Usos, I appreciate you
True
guys.
that. Yeah, man. We thank you for making it this far. We are past the 10-minute mark on this episode of just talking about
Yeah,
why
you're right. Yeah.
it's good being a creator, why it feels good to be a creator. And like it's funny because I mean, I will have to say that
Tell them, brother. Tell them the things you love about being a creator, like the pros.
I mean, well,
Like,
I think it's anti-brain rot, right? I think it's like if you don't feel good after consuming, like doing the scrolling, which is, I'm guilty of it too. I think the cure is to create. So that's why it's like, so us doing this episode is part of the cure for
mhm.
me. And then it's like it gets my juices going, and then like it it helps me it helps me realize how much better I need to improve my communication. And like you just kind of learn from creating. And I think, it's like I think I've so obviously in the Bible, the very first verse in the Bible, God created heaven and earth, right? So the first thing that God tells us about himself is that he's a creator. And so like, we are created in his image too. So if we're created in his image, the first thing he tells us is that he's a creator, then we too also are creators. It's so
I
yeah,
love that.
little mini Bible study right there.
I love
My
that.
dad would be proud.
Yeah.
But y- y- I think it's in us though to create. So that's why it's like if you feel like you don't have that outlet now, it doesn't. I think YouTube is a great place because you could do there's so many options. You don't have to be on camera. Now there's AI where you can make videos. You can use Sora or VO3 and you can have AI, you can make AI videos and like not even be in it. You can make documentaries with Canva. These are all free tools, I believe, where you could just make videos, not even be on it, and then you're still getting your creative, juices running and stuff, and you could still because I think that's what a lot of people are afraid of. People are like, well, I don't want to be on camera. And it's like, I think you get the most growth from being on camera. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn kind of how to articulate your thoughts and try to, speak better. Like, I still suck. And
Yeah.
I've been podcasting for like years now, and I'm still not that good as I think I could be. So it's those, I think all that, I mean, I have I could keep going and going, but I think all those things are kind of the main, like, it's like the cure, it's in you already. It's like an innate thing to create. YouTube is a perfect platform and you could possibly get monetized. And so, it's like, who knows? Like, if you stick with it long enough, you you never know like what could happen. You might find you might end up being a creator where you that becomes like your main income, one
Yeah.
day, so it's not,
Yeah.
it's hard to do that, because you
It
have to get
is.
4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers, and the percentage of people that get that is low. But still, if you, it's something that, like, if you're like, the fact that you said that you enjoy creating, then it's like, if you really, really feel about that, then
Yeah.
and you stick with it long enough, then you will be successful. It might take years, it might
Yeah.
take months,
The
it might,
The
but
other thing we were talking about when you said, I remember you told me a while ago, and that's the other reason why for me it brings joy being a creator is because you said you're basically like your own producer of your own sitcom, TV show, whatever you want. It's like
yeah.
you have the opportunity in this day and age to just put out us your own channel and be the star of the show. Like
Or not
one
be the
like we're
star,
in our
or
40s,
like,
we grew up
yeah,
having to watch,
yes.
yeah, other stars, and we like, wow, I wish I could do that. So now it's like we're able to just be who we want to be and create a channel, do whatever you
Yeah.
want.
But like I said, even if you don't want to be the star, you're still the executive. You're the president, CEO of
Yeah,
your channel, of your YouTube channel. So you can find stars. Like, you can, a lot of people tend to, sometimes they put their kids on, and then, like,
yeah,
there's like
yeah,
that Ryan kid with all his little toys, and like he's all like growing up, and like it's weird because, like, he's basically made his family millionaires now because his parents showed
yeah,
him opening up toys. Um but yeah, like, you don't even have to be on camera. It's just, you could have your, you could, you're in charge though. So that's why it's like you're in charge of the programming. So that's why it's like, if you go back to the 80s and just imagine, like, okay, it's Saturday morning, what kind of lineup of cartoons would you have on your channel? Is kind of like, if you were a kid back then and you had that power to basically choose which ones, like, um, I would have had fun back then, because I would have, like, I would have picked all my favorite ones in a row, and, like, so it's just like, you have that power now. And that's what's so funny, because I watch YouTube for everything now, and like, I watch some of the most, dumbest stuff on there, like, so, because, it goes back to the consuming thing. So now I'm like consuming, and like, some of it's educational, but some of it's just for entertainment. Like, I just watched this thing, like, just because I brought up Saturday morning cartoons, like, I watched this whole, like, 20-minute video about GI Joe, and just how they evolved, and like how they came, and like they were selling teletoys and stuff, and then like it got hella corporate, and then that's kind of how it got killed, because
was it that
the
their downfall?
yeah, because they try to like try to keep making new characters, and it got weirder and weirder, and then they kind of fell away from just being, because they, what was cool about
Yeah,
it, it was like they were kind of realistic, the first 2 3 seasons, I think it was like,
yeah,
these guys are like, they're like, it feels like real military missions and stuff. And then
yeah,
I think it just, they went off, and then they try to like create all these like new characters and like new vehicles. Basically, they're trying to sell more toys. They thought they were like, because that's
yeah.
basically where they were making most of their money from, was from the toys and stuff. And so because
The
of that, it
sales,
like, yeah,
toy
it killed.
sales. Yeah,
Yeah, the merch. It was basically the merch. They fell heavy into the merch game, and
the
then
merch.
they went all in on like trying to like
Yeah,
keep on producing new merch to sell to people, and people were just like, no, man, this is kind of corny. And then in the actual
yeah,
cartoon just got worse and worse. They started making all these like weird, like they would add another bad guy, like they added Serpentor on top of, like, there was Cobra Commando already. So
Yeah.
it was like this whole thing, and that's what's so funny. So I was just like, I can't believe I'm watching this thing on GI Joe, but it just happened to come across my screen, and then, but that's what I mean though. Like, you can make whatever interests you. That's what your channel can be about. And so, like, yeah, why not? You know, be creative on things
I'm
that
a
you already interested in.
I'm a World War II like fanatic, and there's this channel where it's like miniature battles, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
dope.
it's actually a PC game, and then they do the overview. They record the mini battles through the overview, but then they do this. It's like a trick you can do with the camera lenses, where it kind of like blurs out, and it makes the vehicles and the army soldiers look like miniatures, like clay miniatures,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
it's called miniature battles. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is like, and it's literally somebody just recording their PC game and then tricking out the
I think they
format with
use
the lenses and
AI
stuff.
to do the
Yeah,
miniatures.
and
Yeah.
it's called little miniature, and it looks like little miniature, like real life battles. And I'm like, I'm getting stuck on that, you could, the creativity that people have, like, just is something they love. And there's millions of views, people just watching that, and you're just like me, I'll get stuck on stuff like that because that's my shit, like
Hell
watching
yeah.
World War II fucking things. Yeah,
Like, the
so
other one I've just
it's
randomly been
crazy.
watching hella too is Beard versus Food. It's like this English guy that just he goes to all these
Yep,
different
I know that
restaurants.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah, and then he does all the food
yeah,
challenge, and he kills them. He does, like, and he
yeah,
has like these two guys that help do the camera and microphone, so that, and then he goes in and then smashes the challenge, and then
yep.
basically collects the prize and stuff, and then it's just
Yeah,
like it.
and they make their living mostly off of the content. Like
Yeah,
it's
because
not
he,
even the eating challenge. It's the content that they're recording themselves, putting it out there.
yeah, I mean, he
They would
has a
get
team.
millions and millions of views.
He has a
Yeah,
team, so those guys get paid to basically record and,
yeah,
like, and
yeah,
do the stuff that you need to, and the editing and stuff. So it's like, because his videos are dope, and that's what I mean. It's like, man, I'm so amazed that, like, you could do anything, and he goes out there and, like, man, he just did a video the other day and it had like 4 million views, and I was just like, that dude's killing it. So I love seeing stuff like that, and it
we
inspires me.
anybody we and you know that you could do it. It's just the fear of doing it in public, like recording yourself, having people with cameras. It's like, especially, like, I think for me, like, Polynesians were more kind of like subtle. We don't like to bring attention to us, like we go out to
1,000%.
restaurants. So if you really want to be a creator, you have to kind of like just get past that, and you just gotta
Yeah.
like just be bold and just be like, nope, this is what I want to do. But
I mean,
professionally, the guy, he goes to like places where it's a challenge. And, to them, it's like, hey, I'm gonna record myself. I'm giving you free
it's
marketing.
not even that.
So you
He's
won't be,
done thousands of
yeah,
videos already. So, like,
yeah.
you've like, now that's a good point you bring up. I think most people won't start. I think that's a good thing to talk about, why people won't start, because most people that watch this, 99% of them will not start a YouTube channel.
Hmm.
If you do, put your comment in the comment section, and we'll
Yeah, yeah,
both
yeah.
follow you. We'll both follow your channel. We'll subscribe to your channel, but man, most people won't do it. I've realized, like, 99% of the people won't start because the fear factor, that fear, that being scared is so strong. Like, you have to understand there's going to be a cringe factor that most people will, it's too painful, even though it won't kill you or it won't hurt you. It'll just hurt
Yeah.
your ego, maybe.
Finna, definitely won't kill you, bro.
Yeah, it won't kill you, but it's like
But
most
that's
people
like the
just will.
main thought in their minds, right? It's like, oh no, it's the end of the world.
It feels like it. I mean, trust me, because, like, I've been in sales and I know what that's like. Where it's like you have to make cold calls. It's like and where I'm just like, it feels like fear where I can't pick up the phone to make the call of this random person, even though like
Yeah.
the worst they could do is just hang up on me. So the worst they could do is probably cuss me out and then hang up on me. And then it's like, I'm still going to be okay. Right. But there's like this thing in, this thing that we're passed down that we are made to feel safe. So because of that feeling to stay safe, it stops us. Like that that feeling that we have to keep us safe does not care about
Yeah. Are you going
success,
inside?
basically. So I was saying the thing that keeps us safe, that makes us, afraid, that thing does not care about what type of success, like doesn't care about how successful you are at something. So that's why most people won't start that thing, won't start the channel, won't
Yeah.
start the, whatever, the Instagram, won't start, the TikTok, won't start doing.
That's literally how I feel too, bro. Like I only do YouTube and I don't know why I won't post this on Facebook. And I think the reason why is because I feel like Facebook is more catered to my personal life, like just hanging out, chit chatting with friends, seeing what they're doing, instead of trying to, like show them my entertainment side. Like, but I put it on my Facebook page. Like I have a YouTube channel. This is the name of it. I have a YouTube cornhole channel. I also have podcasts. So if you want to go check that out, you can go there. But I love just coming on YouTube and just like just being me. And it is cringy at first to all the new people that
Yeah,
want to
but you got to
create.
get over it. I
Though,
mean,
yeah,
you got to get
you
over it
gotta get
because
over it.
everybody has cringy content, and so that's why it's like that's just how it is until you start learning how to be less cringy, and then you also have to keep doing it long enough to find what is not as cringy, basically. And then once you do that, then you could. But if you have that mindset, I feel, man, it's a good mindset builder too. That's another reason why it's good to just be a creator, because it's just like it really helps your mindset into thinking past the cringe era of your creative journey, basically. So because everybody's going to go through it. It's basically, can you withstand you might get made fun of, people might talk behind your back, people might say things about you, if you could get through that, then it's weird how, like, if you could come out the other side, it just makes you, those things make you stronger. So it's just like, yeah, just keep getting better. As long as you keep getting better, that's what I'm saying. This thing might take years, and if you don't feel like you're going to do this for years, then yeah, maybe this isn't the right thing for you. So but I feel like there's a way. I feel like everybody can have a YouTube channel. You just got to figure out like what you like to do, whether it's like you like to put animations together. Maybe you can figure out how to do those
Yeah.
like miniature battles and stuff, or maybe you like documentaries. If you could create, like, there's ways to create all those things now, basically for free. Um, that's why it's like, yeah, just try to come. The thing is just trying to come up with the right idea, and then like put it out there, and then see what happens. If nobody watches it, then didn't make another video of something else. So
The other thing that I've learned how to keep it like, repeatedly telling myself when I think about content and I create content is nobody cares. That's what I always tell myself. Like,
it's kind of true.
like nobody cares. Don't worry about it. Nobody cares. Just do what you want to do because you know you have an itch and you just want to do it. Just do it. Just get it out there and throw it out there. Because
1000%.
if your brain's worrying about like, oh no, I have to make it perfect. There's gonna be people I want to. Don't worry about it. Just get it out there, and whatever the world, the universe makes happens. And, just let it go. Let it flow with the universe, and just that's how I look at it. Because it's mostly when people worry about what other people think about them, then they
1000%.
start. I don't. I never mind. I changed my mind,
That's
and
where
I
that
feel like
fear
that
comes
a
from.
lot of times. But that's the fear. So, I try to tell myself like nobody cares, and they don't. Honest, but I mean, it's not like they don't like you, they hate you. It's just like they have other things in their lives they're, focused on, but if they, people that random people, strangers in the world, you who don't even know, they'll be like locked in, like, wow. And they're just like, that's your audience. People in the world that'll just lock into you. But
For
we're
sure.
more cringed on like people we know.
Yeah. The people
It's
that
like
know us
don't they don't
definitely
care.
feel they will cringe at us. They will call you cringy. They will call me cringy. And like, and that's just part of it. But you are going. There will be randos out there that will just like be. If as long as your content's kind of real, and it's
Yeah,
like, man, people will gravitate to it, and then that's kind of how you find your true fans, and then like, man, if
yeah,
you just stack, you just keep at it, you'll build your following. You'll kind of learn, how to start being a better creator and learn hooks and titles and thumbnails and all that stuff. It's all part of the YouTube creation journey. So yeah, man, it's I think it's good, man. It real quick. I think it like you bring that up about how people are scared. Like I have this podcast where I interview people from high school just about, what they did, basically about what life was like in high school for them. And so it's amazing how many people that like they'll say yes at first, but so many people have canceled. Like I've probably done like 40 episodes, and then like I probably had like 40 people also cancel on me. Maybe not 40, maybe like 20. I had like 20 people cancel on me that said that they were going to do it, and then they canceled last minute. And I feel like that fear gets to them. Like they're afraid. But how you were saying, like, man, nobody cares. I'm just like, at the same time, like, not only does nobody care, I mean, nobody really watches these unless you went to high school with us. And then I think also that is the pressure too, because they're like, now they're like, oh, I don't want to look this certain way in front of the people I went to high school with. And I'm just like, man, I'm out here in Samoa doing this random podcast about Spanaway. And it's just like, man, people
yeah.
are worried about what they think, about what our classmates possibly think. It's like, I'm like, dude, you guys don't have nothing to really worry about,
not
man.
only that, like, bro, we're old now, It's
Yeah, that's the other
like
thing.
that kind of mental mindset is like teenage like mentality is like at
Yes.
our age we're like, I don't give a damn, man. I'm like, for me, I'm 46 years old, bro. Like, what do
Yeah,
I gotta care
exactly.
about, worried about what, like everybody's like, we have people that we grew up with in our class who are gone, who left this world, who are,
Exactly.
who passed
Exactly.
away. Like, why am I
Exactly.
worried about? It's like, for me, I'm at
Exactly.
that like age level maturity where I just laugh about it, it's be like, what,
And I think there could be more stories of people our age basically creating channels, just telling more stories. We've lived a lot of life already. I've made a
yeah.
ton of mistakes. And I could talk and
Hmm.
like and I've just been thinking about this lately of like, man, I really should just kind of like just talk about all the mistakes I've made in my life, like, and just kind of be like word of warning to everybody out there that's in their 20s, like, don't do these dumb things that I did in my 20s, 30s, and 40s. You know what I mean? And it's just like, so like everybody has some sort of knowledge, whether it's like good or bad, it's still knowledge. Like that wisdom it's just a way to transfer wisdom down. And so, like, even if,
True experience
yeah,
wisdom,
if you're alive and you're in your 40s, you've been through some stuff. You've been through
Yeah.
9/11. You've been
Yeah.
through the great financial crisis.
Quarantine,
You've been through COVID. That's what I'm saying. Like
multiple
we've been
wars,
multiple
desert
wars.
storm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, in the
We're
States, I'm talking
a
about
Cold
worldwide. It was
War
like
in the
there's always
80s.
wars everywhere,
We grew up in the 80s with the Cold War where there was like,
Rwanda.
yeah, there was just like, man, there's been some crazy stuff that's happened in our lifetime. And it's like, yeah, man, the fact that we've survived all of those, it's like, that's probably one of my favorite questions is because, like, everything changed after 9/11. So, like, one of my favorite questions to ask people on that podcast, because most of that stuff is talking about the past anyway. It's like, dude, where were you at on 9/11? I'm just curious, what was that like? So yeah, it's interesting. It's just one of those things, man. It's just like everybody has even if you feel like you don't have knowledge, you actually do. If you're old, if you're 40 and older, you just have knowledge. It's called wisdom, and like you said, experience. And this is like that stuff can help. You never know, and if it can help one person, I think that's worth starting a channel or starting to be a creator, content creator, and all that good stuff. So yeah, man, I think it's a good thing.
There's not that to me. There's no such thing as um uh being old. Like I'm old. I'm old as the word, the saying of I'm too old for this shit, right? So
Yeah,
to
lethal
me, it's
weapon.
it's like lethal weapon. When I say I'm too old for this shit, you got people in their 50s. I'm 46. You got people in their 50s, 60s, 70s. He's calling me a baby. They're like, you don't know what
Yeah,
old is. You're a baby. So it's more a maturity thing. Like for
yeah,
me, it's like I'm not 18, 19 no more. I'm 46. So I'm way more mature than, so it's time to just not think like a child and just think of being mature and in an old age sense. So people who
1000%.
are turning 30, people, who are turning 25 and think they're old, 28, 29, oh, I'm old, I'm turning 30. It's like, this is like something you were just talking about, like experience being our age. It's like, hey, for those people who are in their 20s, late 20s and think it's the end of the world, or the early 30s, I'm gonna just put it out there, like how older people tell me, like, you guys are just babies. You could be mature babies, but
I
anybody
mean,
older than you will tell you, oh, you still got a whole lot ahead of you. You got a whole lot ahead of you. So
yeah, and
that's
I
one
won't.
thing I love.
And like here, I'll actually bring up a couple examples of like how that might be true. Like if you think about KFC and McDonald's, right? So KFC was started by Colonel Sanders. He was in his
Yeah.
60s when he started KFC. 60s, right?
60s.
He was in the
Damn.
60s when he started KFC.
Six.
So and now look what KFC. KFC's all over the world. It's this big, corporate machine now. It's like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Same thing. McDonald's, Ray Kroc, when he took over from the McDonald's brothers, he was in his 50s. That's what I'm saying. We're not even there yet. We're not even 50s. He
Yeah.
was like 54 or something like that. And then, so that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, Colonel Sanders was in his 60s. Ray Kroc was in his 50s. It's like, man, don't give up. If you're still alive, you still,
Never too
yeah,
late.
it's
It's
never too
never
late.
too late. Wow.
Like recently, like New York City just voted in a new mayor. Like, I don't think he's ever had a job. And like, he started a YouTube channel. He was like a rapper like 6 years ago. And now look, now he's the mayor of New York. That's what I'm saying, man. There's these people out
Holy
here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You people just start things, just do things, and then things happen. Like, dude, just take action. You just never know what can happen. That's why it's like, man, it's never too late. Start the channel, do the thing, start the business. It's so
never too
easy to
late.
say that, but it's like hard to do it. It's easy to watch, it's hard to actually do the thing. So that's why it's like only 1% of the people that watch this will actually do anything about it. And so that's the other like thing too. That's why so many people give away their secrets on YouTube, like for like educational channels. It's like for the most part, if you give away your secrets, most people won't do anything with it. They just consume it and then move on to the next thing they consume.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so
So it's
yeah.
more so of like we were just talking about, you feel like you're trapped, you feel like there's something that you're missing. Well, like you
Mm,
said, God, he was a creator. He created the heaven and earth. We're in
yeah,
his image.
yeah,
Create something,
yeah,
just
yeah.
do
It's in
something.
us.
We have all these platforms to just be creative, and then then you'll feel something. I like to kind of look at my YouTube studio and be like, oh, man, I want to see how I got views, but I'm learning to be like, you know what? F that. It's not even about that. If it, just get content out there. It's nice to see that, people are watching. The most beautiful thing I love is when you get comments from strangers around the world.
Thousand
So,
percent.
there's
Yeah.
interaction, and then you're like, oh, cool. And this is all I wanted. I just wanted, just to have a community, to
One of my
build a
favorite things that
community.
you do
So,
is
and now we're, yeah.
One of my favorite things that you do is like your vlogs. Like you just make really good vlogs. The way you put your music together, the way you shoot it, it's like it's dope. You know what I mean? And so that's why it's like one of those things where, yeah, man, I if you could lean into something more from my point of view, if is your vlogs is dope. I try to make my vlogs like I think of like how you do yours, and then I try to keep that in the back of my mind of like how I want to shoot my vlogs and stuff. And
Yeah,
so yeah, man, I would say like
I
keep
love that, bro.
pushing that button.
I am. I was supposed to do a vlog at the buffet, but remember I told you I had that neck thing. It's a neck
Yeah,
attachment where your phone
yeah.
goes here, but it's kind of bulky, so I'm gonna use it for home videos instead. But I did just get a camera where it's kind of like it looks like this,
Oh,
and
okay.
there's a necklace that comes with the magnet, and you just pop, and it sticks like this, and you just kind of
That's
walk
dope.
around. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that
1080.
for vlog. Yeah, yeah. I think about 720, 10. Oh no,
Is
actually
that
it says it's 4K. It's 4K. Oh,
damn? Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I watched some videos. The quality was cool. It's an action camera, 4K. So I was like, yeah, I want to be more like discreet when I'm doing like vlogs, outdoor vlogs. Unless it's like a festival, then you can get your camera out. They don't give a shit. But
Yeah, that's what's funny because, like,
yeah,
if you think about it, festivals, I mean, any sort of like event, even weddings, even think about it, like almost any like major event, man, you have camera people all up in the way. So
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
man, what's one more camera person in the way? You
Right.
know, like,
Yeah,
I try to stay out of the actual people's view. So I'll like even
yeah,
lay down on the ground flat
yeah,
and then
yeah,
record like just so that people behind me they don't have to see my
yeah,
silhouette or anything, like I try to be cognizant of my surroundings like that in
yeah. And
film,
respectful.
but
Yeah,
like I
respectful of
don't
others.
really care, like
Yeah,
especially so like right after you did the one vlog that you did and I did my first vlog, like that's how I thought about it. I was like, man, nobody cares about me out here, and as long as I'm out the way, man, I'm like all I try to be all up in the grill, and
yeah,
so it's just
yeah,
kind of like, but that's what I mean. You have to get over that cringe factor because it's like, because you probably like I probably looked cringe to basically all the people there that were like, look at this asshole on the ground trying to record, and I was just like, I didn't really care,
but that
So that,
video, that that vlog you did, it had a lot of views from all those people that were there.
yeah, for
I could,
sure,
I
yeah.
guarantee you. That I seen some comments in there, and like they were loving it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's what I'm saying, man. And that's why it's like, and like I would have never done that if I didn't see your vlog. That's what I'm saying. That's why
Mm,
it's like it's tight, man, when you see other people and they inspire you to kind of like record something. And so it's like
yeah,
now it's like, damn, okay, I did that. I need to keep doing those too. So it's like, okay, because
yeah,
like that one did actually have views and stuff. And so, okay, I need to go back to the well. And I think me inspiring you to do vlogs is another way of me actually trying to get myself to do them too. So it's just
yeah.
like I need to get back in the mode.
And you know what just hit me is that the way, because you said you really admire the way I did my vlogs from the videos of my nephew dancing, and I think it's because it's that era where we were raised from. We were raised on like sticking to the same TV shows over and over again, watching from beginning to the end, because it was like cookie cutter TV shows from beginning to end. It started with the intro, a middle, and then an ending. So it's like you got to capture those three main things.
Yeah.
And it's like for us in our age group, we were raised off that. We were raised watching the facts of life, your silver spoons, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We could tell it's gonna start off a crank, we then there's drama part, and then the end there's always a special ending meaning.
Yeah.
But it's like that's how we were raised. It's kind of like it's already embedded in our brains, like, oh, that's a storyline. That's the storyline. That's what I'm gonna do,
Yeah.
just so
That's
yeah.
storytelling 101 right there. I mean,
Yeah.
that's basically what it
Yeah.
was. It's like you have
Yeah.
somebody and then they have a problem and then they solve it and then become something new, or it's
Yeah,
resolved
because
somehow.
today now it's all about Kick, Twitch, live streaming. Like what's his name?
Kai Cenat,
You got
Speed.
Kai Cenat, Speed, ISO Speed, or what's
Yeah,
the other
man.
guy?
Those dudes are killing
Okay.
it. Yeah, man,
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
they'll be on Twitch for like 12 hours.
and it's just random. It's just we're gonna do whatever. We're gonna sit here, we're
They'll
gonna
have like
talk, or we're gonna,
millions of people
yeah,
that'll just log
yeah,
in and
yeah, yeah.
like
And that's
but
kind of like the easiest format because there's no. It's just do whatever you want to do. They just have a time and they just
you know
go.
what's
Yeah.
crazy is the fact that like even the way we consume long form content now, it's like I heard that like Netflix makes shows now knowing that people are on their phone. So they'll make the show in a way where you don't even really watch it. You just kind of hear it in the background and like
Oh,
they make the show so that it's good enough for you to just play in the background while you are on your phone scrolling the Eiffel Tower, basically. So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy. Like where,
You just need
that's where
that Netflix white noise, like in the background.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm guilty. I am guilty of it. I am guilty. I'll have tons of programs in the background. Half the times I'm on YouTube, I have it as like background noise while I'm doing
And
other
I'll
stuff.
fall asleep so quick if I got that right Netflix show that, oh yeah, this it's like set 11 seasons, and I'll just press play and then I'm just dozing off.
I mean, well, I like to fall asleep to the sound of people talking. So I used to fall
Yeah,
asleep to sports talk radio. I used to play sports talk
yeah,
radio on my alarm clock for the
yeah, yeah.
longest, and then that's I just hearing the voice of somebody talking in the background would just make me fall asleep. So now, but now it's podcasts. So now I'll throw on any podcast, whether it's Rogan,
Gotcha.
whoever, Diary of a CEO. Like I'll just throw on different people's podcasts and then that
It'll
stuff
be
will knock me out.
for me. It's college football. Like if yeah, if it's a Saturday and I'm just chilling, I'm got whatever I'm done, and I'm just chilling on the couch and just throw up a game on the TV. I'll just like feel so relaxed, and I'll be on my phone. Then I'm just like I'm comfortable. I can hear the game. I can hear the crowd noise. I'll just take a fat ass nap. It feels so good. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's college football for me for some reason. Like, it'll put
It's
me to
it,
sleep, just like in a good way, like white noise
no,
kind of.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, man. It's just crazy how just things have evolved and now we're in this part where like we're consuming two things at the same time. We're on our phone and we're watching in the background, it's like that's so weird.
Like right now, we might be coming to the end of this podcast, but hey, 50 minutes, that ain't shit compared. I would probably be already on my second Eiffel Tower by now.
Exactly.
In those
Exactly.
50 minutes,
I mean,
literally.
there's potentially people that put us on in the background and didn't even look up and are literally scrolling TikTok or Instagram right
Yep,
now
yep,
while we're
yep,
just literally just talking in the background. So that's why it's so funny, man. That's just how people
yeah.
consume content these days. And so that's just, yeah, it just blows my mind.
I love it. I appreciate it though too.
Man, thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah,
Man, I love doing these, man. It's just like, it's
yeah.
cool. It's cool.
It's been a minute, man. It's been a while, and to those out there, listening, hey, if you feel like you have the urge to create some content, remember, God is, he's our creator, and we're made in his image.
Yeah,
I'm
start your
not trying
YouTube
to
channel.
steal, I'm not trying to steal Heinz Launga, but
Nah,
that was a
man.
good one. I love that, bro. That was real
Yeah,
dope.
man.
We're created in his image, and he's a creator, so you
Yeah.
must be a creator too.
We all
It's
are.
in you.
It's in
We
us.
all are. Yeah.
We
It's
all are.
use that God-given talent and be a creator in his image, man. Shoot, I love that.
Yeah.
So, we got a lot more to talk about. It's nice knowing that I have somebody like you, bro, in the world to push me to continue to get out my creativity, because I've been in like a little rut where I'm just like lazy. I just been like, I've been in that rut where it's hard to explain, but there's a saying in retirement where it's when you're retired, you're lost. You're literally lost. You have nothing to do, and you have to fill that void up with something. So for me, I'm not fully retired. I consider myself like semi-retired. I'm just retired from the 9 to 5. I'm self-employed, but I really like when it comes to finances, I really don't have to be employed. The way we work here in my household is the way like a Samoan village works. We work together. But the creativity part, like you can go to YouTube channels and there's so many, like it's always on my feed, like what are these retirees doing? What do you do after retirement? What do you do? And a lot of them, they're just like, we just wake up and, it's just like a regular life, but it's not, a job. So this, like, this really like fills that void in for me, and it's kind of like I do want to make it monetized. That is the goal for me. Like it'll be nice, because
Damn.
when me and my wife become fully retired, then this will be like just something extra, you know just to have some play money with, and to help out, with whatever in
I
life,
mean, you never know
that's what
like
it is.
how big your channel can get. Your channel can get big enough where this might be your main money. You know what I mean? You just don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's why
definitely.
it's
Yeah.
like just if you just keep making content, like you know, and I think like if you don't know what type of content you want to make, like what type of content do you want to watch? Is that on YouTube? And if it's not, then that's probably the area where you want to go into. I just went on this whole long thing before we even started the podcast about grocery stores. Like, and about this is
Oh
why
yeah.
40 and over should start. Cause like, as you get older, like this, it's weird how certain things you just like, I feel like there could be a whole channel where people can start conducting interviews inside of a grocery store, just like looking at items and just and I think I think there's something there, and like somebody might start that channel, but if they don't, then I might start making those videos about grocery stores and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
and just kind of go from there, and so it's just like, but I think if you're having trouble trying to figure out like what type of content to make, dude, if you make anything, you are like ahead of the game already because most people won't even start. Now, if you trying to figure out what type of video to make the type of content that you would want to watch and then go
Yep.
from there. And
There
then
you
once you
go.
start making videos, I think the other important thing is, and I've been kind of bad at this, is like when you make newer videos, you want your new videos to try, you just want to be better than your last video. And if you can
Yep.
just keep on trying to be better, making your videos better and better, I think eventually you'll get to a place where like, okay, you'll be on point and then, let the chips where they fall. Like you might get followers, you might become monetized, but in the meantime, just like enjoy the process of like being a creator, making the videos that you would enjoy watching. Because you could watch something, even I think most of us should be good enough. Like if you make something, I don't know, you might be too critical of yourself or not, but I think you will kind of know like, okay, this was a good video. Like I could see myself watching this all the way through. Or you make a video and be like, oh man, I don't know if I could have handled like one more minute of that. That was terrible. Or, so or
Yeah.
the camera angles were messed up, or, the audio was bad, or, so yeah, man, you just learn as you go. Just I really challenge everybody out there that if you've made it this far, man, it was meant to be. You were meant to start a YouTube
Yeah.
channel. So
Yep. You were meant to be. Start it. Hey, make that money. It's the way of the world now. Why not? Why not? If you can monetize that, do it. It's a great way. It's a great way to be creative and, hopefully, and try to get it monetized. And
yeah,
do it. You could do it. I would recommend like for young ones to do it on the side. Make it because being something you do outside of work, you know, and then it'll just build it from there. But
yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. We the reason why I like stressing the 40 and over club is I feel like, man, that 30 and under club, they just know YouTube. They're just they
Although,
know
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
they
they
know
got
how
it.
to use YouTube already. Like they're like on
They're on
point.
all the platforms. Yeah, they're like on
Yeah,
all
exactly.
platforms. I cannot. My brain, my 40-year-old brain can only do like one platform.
I feel you. Same. It's like,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Like I go weeks without logging into certain platforms. You know, it's like I was like getting better with being on Facebook, and then like, man, I probably haven't been on in like a week or so. You know, and it's
mm-hmm,
just like, dang. And it's probably been like 3 weeks since I've been on TikTok, and it's like, damn, I don't
mm-hmm,
know how people have the time, and it's just like, man, it's crazy,
right.
but that's also part of like, yeah, it's just like there's so many platforms, and like, there's only so much time in the day. So that's why, like, man, if people have watched this far, I give props, like, thank you. Thank you
I'm gonna gi- I'm gonna
for
give them a
watching this far.
give them a round of applause for all the people who watched this far. There you go. Give you a little clap in there. Let's see. Is it working?
I mean, I can't hear it. Is there is there supposed to be something you can hear?
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I just appreciate you for opening up your channel and letting me jump on and like kind of lighting a fire under my butt into getting back in the studio and getting back in the
Let's
laboratory, and
create,
like,
brother.
yeah, man, I feel
Let's
it. I feel
create.
like that's what's been
And
missing.
all those out there that are made it this far in the podcast, hey, create. If you want to create too. But if not, I appreciate you guys, and hopefully you guys can continue to help us out by just watching. That's the best thing that anybody can do for content creators is just watch, follow, subscribe, like, share. If you're listening right now, I always try to stress that fact out. That's like we like monetizing. I would rather have it come through the YouTube, platform. But in order to do that, all we have to do is get subscribers and people who just like and share the content. And if you like this content, if you can relate, share it with anybody and
Amen.
that's just the best that you can do. That's for us, like, honestly, that's it, just share the content. Well, other than that, bro, you inspire me, I inspire you. Let's create content, man,
Yeah, man,
and
let's
then
get it, man.
let's get it. And to all the viewers out there, catch you on the next one, man. It's we're still going on strong. So until next time, to Fossil Fool, and you got something to
Peace.
say to them too? Peace.
Peace. Yeah, man, just start your channel. Just start it.
All right, guys. Peace out.